Yo. This is episode 21 of the Illogical Sense podcast. It's me, Mr. Busby. Yvanna can't be here today. She'll be back next week, but somebody has came back from Mexico and, a nice little win. Two wins. The Oakland Raiders, and say what's up.
What up, people? How's it doing?
JC Nuts!
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, indeed. So
Speaking of no hunters, man, last night after the game, I met YG 400.
Really?
Yeah.
How the hell that go? How that happen?
So, all right, we might as well let's do a backstory real quick because I gotta address the people. First and foremost, I apologize for our missing colleague on her behalf.
Oh yeah.
This whole fried chicken catastrophe is just out of... I do not know what came over her.
I don't know what's been up with it. I still can't believe it, bro.
I don't appreciate it.
As a black man. As a black man.
Not as a black man, as a human being.
As a human.
Who don't like fried chicken?
She don't.
Well, so she an alien.
She is.
You know how Lil Wayne was like, we are not the same, I'm a Martian?
Yeah.
Yeah, she a Martian.
She a Martian?
Yeah. I don't know what, man. Look, man. Fried chicken is delicious. Look at that boy go. Look at oh my gosh. Look, go.
Oh, wow.
Go.
Wow.
Get him, Tay.
We just saw a bunch of fried chicken just running right now.
Yeah. Shout out to my little young Devontae Adams, who just picked up a big gain here in the fourth quarter.
We're recording on a Monday night, and we're watching Monday Night Football. The game's going on.
Get him, young Tay.
Anyway, so fried chicken. Yvanna not liking fried chicken. What's up with that?
That, man, I don't know what's wrong with her. She lucky I wasn't here.
Twice. She even talked about it twice.
She's lucky I wasn't here both times. The first time I found out, I'd have brought drumsticks next time, and I'd have blessed both her face cheeks with each one. It's incredible. This is just, it turned me into Stephen A. Smith. Started using big old words.
Big old words?
Trying to understand this blatant, unlogistic catastrophe. But, I want to apologize to all of our listeners on her behalf. Forgive her. She knows not what she says and what she does. Number two, I don't know what number two is, but I liked what y'all did throughout the whole reason. Oh, number two. That's what it was. We need to pray for Kanye, man.
Oh, yeah.
Pray for Kanye.
Pray for Kanye.
I know a lot of people was having fun and, making fun of his behalf on social media because he was going crazy, which, coincidentally, they were the same people that got mad at Drake for taking shots at Kid Cudi because he was going through some mental issues.
Exactly.
So, that's why social media cats are fickle. I don't put faith in them. Trust them.
But with Kanye, man, like as of right now,
5150.
Yeah,
for those who don't know what 5150, look it up because they will not let you be alone at that point. 5150, you're usually suicidal. Like it's not. That's a serious claim to be having over your head.
And as my last, I don't want my last experience of seeing Kanye West in San Jose being that was like the last performance he ever did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would kind of haunt me.
Look, man, you could feel however you want to feel about Kanye. That don't matter to me. If you bought tickets and you was upset with how it went down in San Jose and in Sacramento. For San Jose, I can understand.
We got a full show, though.
For Sacramento, I will put my pettiness aside because it was Sacramento, and I had no problem with him doing that to a whole bunch of Sacramentoans, including the fact that there was Queens fans in the building. That made my night completely.
And Queen players.
However, fans and players. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. However, that's not what's important. I can put my pettiness aside. You can feel however you want to feel in regards to Kanye. You miss the old Kanye. You hate the new Kanye. Pray for Kanye, man. Just pray for Kanye. He's given, at some point in your life, he's made some of your greatest moments.
Yep.
And I dare somebody who is a fan of hip-hop in general or a fan, of just quality music. I dare them to try and convince me that in all the years that they even listened to Kanye, he has not touched them in one way, form, or fashion.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
Musically,
yes. He helped make the soundtrack to my life.
Yeah.
All our lives.
Yeah.
Kanye West he will go down as one of the greatest artists of all time when it's all said and done. Whether you like it or not, Kanye West will go down as one of the greatest of all time.
Pray for Kanye.
So we got to pray for that man. Even though he's lost it, he even admitted it on Pablo. He said, "I've been out of my mind a long time."
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of obvious when you see how he's been acting.
Yeah.
Especially around this time period, since it's like the death of his mom and the anniversary of 808s and heartbreak and shit. Like, this is,
Right.
you know what goes on in his mind.
Number 3.
And what's number 3?
24 karat magic is amazing.
Yes, it is.
It is awesome.
Yes, it is.
It's supertifically amazing.
It's fire.
Man, look.
9 tracks of
when
fire.
I heard New Jack swing sounds coming from my headphones, I was all for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Finesse. Finesse took me back to Don't Be Cruel 1988. I'm a big time Bobby Brown fan, man. I'm a big time Bobby Brown fan. When I heard Finesse, I was like, oh, Bobby would have sang this in 88.
Oh, yes.
That would have been an extended Ghostbusters soundtrack song, just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
So, 24 Karat Magic.
24 Karat Magic is a
The 24 Karat Magic tickets, on the other hand.
Bruh.
I don't know what he thought, but I ain't got 24 carats like that.
I don't find $24 for that shit, man.
But somehow, some way, I'm gonna find a way.
We gonna find a way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is that what else was I?
What else have you
going
missed?
for?
We talked about a whole bunch of random, like the last episode prior to that, we were just talking about random shit, and that's when Yvanna dropped the whole fried chicken shit.
That was
out of nowhere. Like, what? Still,
again,
we can't get on
to
that.
all of our Illogical Sense listeners, I apologize.
We apologize for that.
That
Miss Yvanna, one of our
own has an illogical sense when it comes to the delicacy
of fried chicken
that many of our ancestors were forced to consume, but in being forced to consume raw trash, they created wholesome magic.
And she also said she
in
didn't
the
like
form of golden flakes.
She also said she didn't like turkey either.
Next topic, man.
No, but here's the funny thing.
I don't want to hear
on Thanksgiving.
I don't want to hear no more.
She ate turkey.
I don't want to hear it. Next topic.
How was your Thanksgiving though?
It was cool. Oh yeah. That's why
I was leading into it.
I know. I text you Happy Thanksgiving.
I text you too.
Yeah,
Pause.
but on air, Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was cool. We had practice until 2.
Y'all had practice on Thanksgiving?
We had a game Sunday, man.
Oh yeah, duh.
We won't take days off.
This is not no damn holiday.
Yeah.
But
so we practiced till 2. Went up to my grandparents' house. My sister got back in town from college for the weekend, so she drove up first thing in the morning to their place because she had already come to. She came back home early last week, and then my mom got off of work, went and picked up my brother, and then we all had dinner. My aunt was there. Nice, quiet, real intimate, in like immediate family dinner.
Okay.
And then we took off. I took off. I did a couple Uber rides all the way back.
Okay.
Went home, and that was Thanksgiving, man.
My Thanksgiving kind of work. Not that it was a little short shift.
Yeah.
But, came back with the family, had they had food. They were still cooking. My uncle came over with my grandma, and it was just me, my uncle, my aunt, my mom. We ate, had food, but the topic of discussion was our hoe ass nigga in elect.
Oh, yeah.
Our hoe ass nigga elect. That's what we call it. It was like a Trump roast session at my table.
No, we kept that off the table.
No, with us. With us, it was like a whole. Oh damn,
we kept that off the table with
He
ours,
is
man.
a flag. Anyway, yeah, it was like a Trump roast session, and you thought I was tripping about Trump being elected or whatever. Man, my uncle was just like, this is bullshit. Like, pretty much, he just went.
This is some bullshit.
Pretty much. And then when he was done, he was like me. He's like, oh, thank you, family. I just needed to get all that off my chest. But I was like, see, this is why I need to talk to my friends after it happened. I need to get it out. Did my own little episode, which y'all could listen to. But
there you go.
It was like a topic of discussion and shit.
That's dope.
Did you do any cooking? Or like make anything?
Nah, man. When I got there, Grandma and Gramps had it all set up.
Shit,
man.
I made my fucking spinach dip. My spinach dip was
Grandma
fire.
and Gramps had it all set up. The only thing that we provided was the cheesecake and the pie.
You should have saw. My grandma made her sweet potato pie.
My God.
Yeah, you ain't getting it. It's still in there. But what happened was about cooking?
I'm trying to catch up on everything I missed here, so I could fill the world in on what they missed over the 2 weeks that I was.
No, I'm gonna lead into that.
No, I'm not blaming you. I'm just trying to figure out something else that.
What else did you miss?
Yeah,
it was just that the election, and
I feel like there was something like one more detail.
Let me check.
One more topic.
That we talked about last
Yeah,
week?
that was either last week or the week before.
Episode
That was
20.
somewhat.
We talked about Kanye's show.
Yeah.
We were there. We talked about Weeknd. We didn't talk about Weeknd. We talked about Drake's.
So go in further with the Kanye show. That's why I told your asses not to go to that damn show. I told both of them. I said, you never try to duplicate.
You told me this. You didn't tell her that.
I did on Snapchat. I said, you never try to duplicate a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just don't do it.
See,
Because when you do that, you take away the magic of the once-in-a-lifetime experience.
but it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
No. You didn't get a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Because Sacramento
Was a once-in-a-lifetime.
Yeah. You got...
Well, at least we got a full show.
Did you?
Yeah, well, yeah, he
I
did
feel
all
like
the
he was
show.
there for 2 hours and
No,
that
he
he
did-
talked for about 45.
No, he gave us all the songs.
Because I'll tell you this.
Technically, he did.
Because I'll tell you this, in Tennessee, he only talked for 15 minutes.
Because he had nothing to say.
Are you sure? Kanye always got something to say.
Well, no, that night he had nothing to say. And,
Oh,
then,
man.
and then he had a lot to say in Oakland, too.
The bottom line,
Oh,
as
shit.
Wentz runs away, but they going to bring that back because they got flack for holding.
For real.
The bottom line, for all you listeners who have common sense and don't put your standum in the way of logical
See,
thinking.
we had better seats.
You can try to weasel your way out of this all you want, but
It
I'm
was my
still
birthday
going to say
week.
it. Look, man.
I wanted you to be there.
Look, man, I took you out with the homies on your birthday.
And then I
turned
wanted
you
to be with
into-
my illogical
and
gang.
then first of all, I tried getting in contact with you and you didn't answer the phone.
Because Kanye was still talking. And I
It
couldn't
wasn't
answer
even
the phone.
that. When we were supposed to do the show 2 weeks ago, and I got tired because I couldn't get a hold of
You
y'all.
were drunk.
Yeah, and nobody would answer their phones. You know what I'm saying? You talk about logical sense,
Hey, man.
but you left me out.
Well, my bad.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gone for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden, my name ain't on the banner no more.
Well, I had to fit. You know, how I put you on Instagram,
Oh, on Instagram.
and then on Twitter, I can't.
You
I
know
can't
these
fit that
hoes ain't
many.
checking on Instagram no more. They on Snapchat. You know they ain't on Instagram no more, dog. Not that I don't know what that is, you know what I'm saying? It's
They
on
on-
personal, I don't know nothing about that anymore, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
you
changed,
retired.
man.
You retired.
I'm retired, man. Anyway.
Oh yeah, one of my boys said you bring the savage out of me.
Yeah.
Okay,
You 21, said 29 Savage?
29 savage.
Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
Show was still
Taco Meat Savage?
taco meat savage. Nah, but the show was it was infamous. It was an infamous show. I can tell you that much.
Look, I will
And
give
it was,
you that.
And it
However,
was my birthday present to myself. How about that?
good for you. You could have bought yourself an Apple Watch. How about that?
Shut up.
The point is, you never try. I hope you heed my warnings next time. You don't try to duplicate once in a lifetime experiences. You don't. When we went to go see Kendrick,
There was a Kunta Groove
Kunta's
session,
Groove
and that was a
session.
once in a lifetime.
and we went 200% over market value to get them tickets.
We did, but it was worth it.
And you came up and you said, what if he performed tomorrow? Would you want to go again? I said, no. We saw it once. We don't taint it. How are those memories for you to this day? They're still amazing, aren't they?
Oh, of course they are.
Yeah. How are your memories now, Kanye?
Both
They're
times.
mixed. They're mixed, aren't they?
Well, okay, I remember the first show. Listen. The first show, how epic that was, and then the beginning of the first show on the second tour, on the second leg, and then everything else is a blur. I don't remember all that. I just
Yes, you
remember.
do.
And nope, shut up.
Yes, you
I don't
do.
remember none of that.
Yes, you do. You saying that just like how you always tell me season 4 of the Boondocks.
It
doesn't
never
exist.
happened.
Look, man.
Season 4 of the Boondocks never.
You're going to have
happened.
to let that go.
No,
Those
it
was not
never
lost
happened.
episodes.
Those were the lost episodes.
Aaron left to go do Black Jesus.
Those were the lost
Season
episodes.
4 happened. You
It
got to get
never
over
happened.
it.
Yeah.
You gotta one day. You just have to allow the fact that it went down.
Oh, you want to tell you some random shit that happened like leading up to Thanksgiving?
What?
I kind of mentioned it to you. I was going to tell you the story, but yeah, this chick that I used to talk to, she like randomly hits. Well, I gotta do a rewind. Rewind about who this certain person is. I'm not going to say her name. So there was this chick that that I used to talk to, right? Used to talk to her, and she like kind of lived down the street from me. So we would kind of randomly talk. And then I remember I stopped talking to her because she was playing too many fucking games. You know
As
what I
usual.
mean? Like she'd be playing games, like she want me to come over. I'd be culling with her, but then she'd just be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then she'd be giving me that look, like she wants me to play games with her.
Yep.
As y'all don't know, Busby don't bullshit.
Nope.
So, yeah, I'm gonna take a pause right here. I gotta check some Popeyes. You gotta remember the Popeye. You gotta remember the Popeye. All right.
Yeah.
You gotta remember the Popeye. It's gonna be.
Oh, yes. So,
Oh.
to apologize for what Yvanna has said, I made it my civil responsibility
To bring Popeyes.
to bring Popeye's fried chicken, both mild and spicy.
And he
Both
thought
regular ranch and blackened ranch with the buffalo sauce.
and he thought that Yvanna was gonna be here, but
oh man,
man,
let me tell you, I had 2 drumsticks ready to go, just dancing in front of her, just turning right into coon.
and there's no biscuits either.
Yeah, I was going to be ready to go from JC to Coon Jim. Like I was ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, where was I with the story? We was going all over the place. The story. Okay, she was playing games.
Yeah.
Right? So I kind of just stopped talking to her. I'll be like, all right, whatever. Right?
Yep.
So every so often, like one time, like last year, this happened last year,
Okay.
she hits me up on Snapchat, like, oh, how you been? I haven't talked to you for a minute, blah, 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 blah. Gives me her number. I'm like, whatever. What?
Give me your number. Whatever.
blah, 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 whatever. So then she, so I start chopping it up with her. I'm like, all right, whatever. And we're still chopping it up like every other week or whatever.
Right.
So I had an open pad at my house. So I was like, yo, you should come over and, just come over and chill.
Uh-oh.
And she was like, oh, okay. Right? So I was like, okay, for sure. Make my room, all this other shit. So then she'd be like, and I'll be like, what are you doing right now? I was like, oh, I'm getting ready. I just ate breakfast. Remember that part right there? Okay. I just ate breakfast. Okay. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I had some food out, kind of like unthawed. I had some like ground beef thongs. I was gonna make some burgers later on because the Niners played that day. It was a Monday night game. Mm-hmm. So she came over around 1:00 ish or whatever. So she comes over, I give her a hug. She's chilling in the house, and she comes in, and the first thing she goes is come straight into the kitchen. Didn't really think much of it. I was like, all right, whatever. So, I'm trying to get my Mac on and shit, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get my Mac on and shit, and she's kind of like, what are you doing? And she's giving me that same little stupid look on her face, and I'm like, oh, so you want to do this? Okay. Mm-hmm. So she's kind of backing me off, and I'm thinking, okay. So she's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, what do you mean you hungry? She's like, yeah, I didn't eat nothing. I was like, didn't you just tell me you had breakfast? Mm-hmm. Oh, I just had bacon. Just one piece of bacon. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why did you just... I was like, all right? So she's like, oh, what's in the sink? And I was like, oh, that's just ground meat. I'm just saving it for later. It's like, oh, you're going to cook? Yeah, just later, but not right now, whatever. She's like, oh, okay. And it was just like, what is she alluding at? Like, I was just like, whatever, right? And she just kept, we were talking, and then she was asking me about, like, relationships and shit like that. And then I kept trying to still put my Mac on. And she was like, oh, what are you doing? Like, being a little too forceful. I'm like, okay, now you're becoming annoying now. Right. In my mind, I was thinking, all right, whatever. So then she kept stressing that she was hungry, right? Right. And I was just like, what are you doing? Like, what do you mean you're hungry? And it's like, well, I got some stuff in the fridge if you want to look at it. And she was so she looks in the fridge and she's all nitpicking and shit like that. Like, I don't like that. And I was just looking at her like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Right? So then she keeps emphasizing that she's hungry. Right? So I'm trying to help her out and all this other shit. So I'm going like, well, I got this Popeye right here. Right? And she was all going like, well, you could just get this out, And I was just like, I'm saving that for you. You want the Popeye? Or you want this? He's like, well, you can make this. I'm not tripping. So I took the Popeye, I put that shit in the oven. The fuck? What? Okay? So I'm just kicking back. I'm just like, whatever. We're still talking, and she starts asking me personal questions about like my family life, and then she says this shit about men and women. She's all going like, "Oh, so I see you got a lot of females you be kicking it with." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I be looking at your Instagram and Twitter and all." I'm like, in my mind, it's like, "Oh, so you be lurking?" Okay, mental note. I took a mental note in my head, like, "Oh, okay." So then she was all going like, "God, have you fucked any of them or some shit like that?" I was like, "Nah, they're just my homegirls." Nothing more, nothing less. And she's like, well, if you ever get with a girl, they're not gonna like that because a man and a woman are not supposed to be best friends without sexual attraction or some shit like that, right? Yeah, I was just like, okay, whatever. So then, after that, she was still waiting for it to cook or whatever. So we're sitting down, or whatever, watching TV, and then my aunt comes home. She comes home, right, and then she goes, "Oh man." She mutters that under her breath. I'm like, what do you mean, oh man? Like, oh, so then I put two and two together in my head, like, oh, so you wanted me to play your game and all that stuff. So I was just, oh, so we still doing this. Okay.
Man.
So then, like, my aunt takes some pots and pans out. She's about to cook some. And she's like, oh, she might be cooking something for all three of us. I was like, she cooking stuff for herself. What are you talking about? Not us. Your Popeye's almost ready anyway. So, I take the Popeye out. And she starts nitpicking it. Again, now mind you, she's not a really skinny girl. She's kind of thick and chunky, kind of. Mm-hmm. So she's all nitpicking through it, and she kind of acts hella bougie because she had all these expensive ass glasses on and shit like that. And I was like, all right, whatever. So we're just sitting there, still watching Netflix. She's still trying to ask me personal questions, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna go, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Left.
Yep.
Around 5 o'clock, the Niner game's going. I start cooking my damn burgers and shit, right?
Right.
Hit her up on fucking, and then all of a sudden I'm Snapchatting it, not really thinking about it because I'm really cooking it. And then she Snapchat me back, and she goes and says, "Oh, so you're gonna wait till after I leave to cook?" Okay, yeah, it's cool. I see you. Snapchatted her right back when the burgers were done. Took a bite out of it, went and shrugged my shoulders. Oh, now here's the funny part. Few days later, like fast forward to last week after I put the podcast. Okay. Because Yvanna said like, oh, thanks Busby for like making me catfish and all that, right? Like I had some leftover catfish I fed her and all that. Right. She hits me up on Snapchat. The old girl hits me up and she's like, she tried to give me idle shit like, oh, how you doing? Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, I'm good. She's like, yeah, I see you got a podcast now. I'm like, oh, you listen? Wow. And she was like, yeah, listen to the previous episode, so you're going to cook for old girl, but not cook for me, huh? Wow. I didn't even say nothing back to that. And I'm just like, okay. I was like, okay, at least you listening. Wow. I'm like, I only cook for people that actually matter and don't waste my time. And plus, you said that you weren't hungry anyway. You had breakfast.
Hey, you know what? When people tell you one thing and they act like they want another, I don't listen to them.
Well, yeah, I haven't talked to her since. No, actually, I was kind of petty towards her because after the election, I was still kind of mad about it. And she was posting all these memes about Hillary. And then I just said, yeah, this is why I didn't cook for you.
Man, look, I'm going to tell you like this. Anybody who ain't appreciative for fried chicken and Popeyes,
y'all can see the look on his face right now.
You deserve all kinds of pettiness your way, man.
Well, okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
So, you've been gone for a few weeks, so you guys got 2 wins. How was Mexico?
Well, let's see. We went on the bye, which was your birthday weekend.
Yeah, that's when we went ham.
And Saturday night was fantastic.
That it was.
You guys did exactly what the goal was, and I was getting Busby drunk and turned into Henny Busby.
I was Henny Busby.
That was awesome. And then Sunday, we both kicked it, watched football all day.
And got, what's it called?
Wingstop,
boy. Actually, and it was fried chicken, too.
No, it wasn't. Those were chicken wings.
Oh, yeah.
But I digress.
Hey,
Chicken's chicken. I love chicken, man.
She likes baked. Oh, yeah. Cleo fucking backed up Yvanna, too.
Well, my sister's weird.
She said she likes baked chicken.
Don't listen to her. She one of them weirdos that like random black people that like Boston Market. Exactly.
Just go on.
Don't listen to my sister, man.
Just go on. Fried chicken matters, bruh.
Yeah. Hashtag that. Yeah, so we went in. I was anticipating on hanging out with both y'all, and then both y'all turned your phones down and weren't answering.
Well, yeah.
So after I Snapchatted her and texted and called you and didn't get no answer, I said, "What the hell with it? I'm going to sleep." And then you hit me like, "Hey, when you coming over?" And I was like, "Hey, I don't think that's going to happen today. I'm exhausted." I don't think that's gonna pop off. You missed your chance.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it says in the Bible that Jesus only gonna come by one time, and if you ain't there, you just gonna have to be a part of the rapture.
Well, shit, I was trying to get Yvanna off her phone because she be snapping and texting.
Well, you left me hanging in the process.
Well, my bad.
So hold that L.
Okay, I'll hold it.
Yeah.
Hold it, lick it, hold it.
Oh man, pause.
That's what it's called. Hold it, lick it, hold it.
Oh,
pause.
Lord have mercy.
Go on, nigga.
Yeah. So we went into the bye week. It was cool, chill, and then we had to get ready for Mexico. Mexico was cool. We didn't do a lot, man.
But you had a nice ass room. You were hella flexing.
That's kidnapping capital.
You were flexing in that room you had. Though.
I wasn't flexing. I was showing you how unusual everything was. You didn't tell the people.
Well, I thought you were flexing.
No, I wasn't. The whole point of that wasn't to flex. It was to show you how unusual we was living in a nice hotel.
Oh,
it wasn't to flex on you. Oh. You didn't tell the people that each room had 4 12-packs worth of water because they didn't want us using the water for any hygiene.
Oh yeah, well,
and we had to use that to shower. And
you had to use that to shower?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
After 2 bottles that were freezing cold, I was like, the hell with this. I turned the water on, just covered my mouth and eyes, and I was like, the hell with it. If I get sick, I get sick. I can't. I'm not doing no shower like this.
YOLO.
We were on a carb-only diet because we couldn't have no fruit or vegetables because nobody trusted how they were being, whatchamacallit?
No one trusted how it's going to...
I was being prepared.
Oh, my God.
Because of the water. So we couldn't. The only fruit we could have was banana because it was in the peel.
Damn.
We didn't go nowhere. So a couple cats went somewhere. I ain't go no damn where.
I don't blame you,
man. Mexico City's beautiful, but it's all Mexico City. For those who don't know, it's
dangerous.
Yeah, it's kidnap capital.
Damn.
Like no joke.
I believe it. That's why I don't want to go to Mexico at all.
And I told you and Yvanna, I said I'm not going anywhere because this beard makes me look like I'm a part of the cartel or something like that, or that I'm Chapo's nephew, and they're going to think I come from money, and they're going to get me. Mm-hmm. And then Trump going to be like, well, we don't negotiate with terrorists, and I'm just going to be gone. Like, ain't nothing you can do. So I stayed in, and I told D'Angelo he was not going anywhere either. So we stayed in, went downstairs, had some exquisite drinks. He freaked out. Huh? He freaked out when he saw the menu because he saw a shot of one drink was 160. But what he didn't realize was it was the peso system.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
So $20 worth of pesos there is the equivalent to $1 here.
Okay.
So 160 was $8. So we were getting top end stuff.
Shit.
Yeah, man. Our bill. That's another funny thing too. We put everything on the room just because they couldn't take the cards during that time. So obviously, when you pay for it on the room, it's easier to accept the card. They can transfer the currency. Yada yada yada. Man, we had a $70 bill combined.
$70?
We paid $35 for each, and we had some drink. If you was on my Snapchat, you saw we had we had some good stuff. So we go downstairs and we paid the bill the next day. And D'Angelo looks over my shoulder and he goes, "Ha, man, some guy think he Chad Johnson, man." And I look behind me
and it was Chad Johnson.
No, that is Chad Johnson. That's Ocho Cinco.
Oh shit.
He said, "Oh man, we should go introduce ourselves." I said, "You know what? You damn right. We should." So we finished paying the bill, walked up, introduced ourselves. Chad, said, "Hey, we're part of the Raiders organization." D'Angelo said he's part of player development. I said I was in football ops. And he was trying to get a hold of Derek, Crab, and Coop. So he's like, "You guys gonna see them later on?" And I was like, "Yeah, we had a team meeting in about 45 minutes." And he goes, "Oh man, just take my number down."
That nigga's shopping for teams, bro.
And then give it to let them know I'm looking for them.
That nigga's shopping for
teams. So not only did I meet Chad Johnson,
you gotta connect.
Okay. And then that was another thing I didn't even bring up. We were rock stars when we got there.
Oh yeah.
Look, I done went to some cities where the nation runs deep, and we feel all the love, and it's just cool. When we went down there, when we got off the plane, there were cameras everywhere.
Damn.
You know how they have the banners for special events? They had a banner there for people to take pictures in front of. Like when I'm talking pictures everywhere and people trying to stick pens to whoever. They were trying to stick pens to D'Angelo, myself, and then my boy John.
Damn, you guys were rock stars.
They did not care.
Damn.
And so we're walking through, and from the airport it takes an hour to get to the hotel.
Damn.
So literally we're driving through, you see a nice part of Mexico City, and then you start seeing where people's bodies are like dumped. You know, like you go into
the hood,
the barrio.
Damn,
like you go straight through, and then you go back out, and then you're right through.
You like went to the hood,
yeah,
hood.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, okay.
And we usually have normal amount of police security escorting us through. And they skipped all that. They gave us about 30 police motorcycles worth of security.
Just trying to make sure the cartel don't get y'all asses, man.
Floating through. And so we get to the hotel. We get off the bus, man. There's at least 150 people there just waiting on us.
Damn.
Going crazy.
Well, it was a home game too, right?
Just Raiders.
And wow.
And then, just all of our chants.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care if you was a player. We could have brought our janitor. Shout out to our janitor, Eric, man. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I love about our organization. It don't matter if you're a player or if you Eric the janitor.
Mm-hmm.
You get love regardless. Dap you up. How you doing? How was Thanksgiving? Was it cool? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody cared. We could have brought Eric with us, and they would have hounded Eric.
Damn.
Like, that's how legit. Like,
so you guys were rock stars, you getting your telly, you be drooling. But the game itself, you guys got like.
And then so we go to the stadium. Stadium was packed.
They sold out. It was a sold out crowd.
Man, it didn't hit me until I actually had to take my equipment up.
Mm-hmm.
How actually high above sea level we was.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that joint hit my chest. No?
I bet so,
man. So we get up there. I met up with the Texans videographer. Shout out to Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
We was catching up, just trying to, maneuver. They almost messed up and didn't give us power on that end. So it took us a while. We didn't know what the hell we were going to do, and they finally fixed the situation. So once we got set up, I went back downstairs, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go see if I can holler at Wood real quick.
Okay.
Those who don't, Charles Woodson,
mm-hmm.
those don't know. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go see if I can catch him real quick. I walked around, was putting Snapchat on, and sure enough, he was in the middle of a break on set.
Oh, shit.
So I walked over, and he's writing, so he can't see me. I go, Wood. And he looks over, and he smiles a little bit, and he finishes writing. And then he finishes, drops it, and he jogs right the steps, and gives me a big old hug. What's up, baby? And he gives me a big old hug.
Oh, so he remembered you and
shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
And so we were catching up. I was asking how everything was going. And he was telling me he's been having a smooth transition. Everybody's been real cool and helping him transition from athlete to now on-air personality.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, joking with him. I was like, man, I'm loving what I'm seeing on Mondays with the Ascot, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything's rocking. He's laughing. And then he tells me how everything's going. He goes, man, I'm loving what y'all doing on Sundays, man. It makes me feel real good.
I bet he is.
And yes, we caught up a little bit on that. I got to take a flick with him real quick and wish him the best of luck. And then walked back, hung out with the guys. Special teams ran out. Marquette obviously was the first one that ran out. So when he ran out, me and him did a little mini up in the air,
high five,
shoulder bump and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't take the air no more. I had to get the hell up back in my space. It was hard to breathe.
Like Total Recall type of status.
Yeah. The game was phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
game was amazing. It was a great atmosphere.
Yeah, man, I saw the game. Y'all fucking.
It was wild. It was wild. It was a wild game. Fortunate to leave with a W. And granted, I didn't get home until 8:30 the following morning because we started to fly out. It took another hour to get from the stadium to the airport.
Yeah, I was wondering when you.
Then it took another hour for us to leave because I had to get everything loaded. Then when we got there, we had to go through customs, and that took another 45, 50 minutes.
You got to get the whole team and staff in that bitch.
And then we had to go to the facility. Then we had to unpack. And after that, I left, and I was like, peace. I'm going to sleep.
Shit.
And then I pretty much had Tuesday off. So I caught up on some sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wednesday, we were back at it.
And then when did you listen to the podcast?
Honestly, I listened to it Thursday.
Oh, okay.
And I was so furious. No, not Thursday. Wednesday.
And you were so furious?
I was so furious.
About what?
I couldn't believe what she said about the damn
fried chicken.
I listened to both back to back. Because I didn't get the chance to listen to the first one.
But still, the fried chicken.
I was so mad I had to listen to the second one to see if she apologized.
Nope, she didn't apologize.
She didn't apologize, man.
Yeah, we don't keep bringing that up in like the whole episode, just randomly.
Man, look, that might be an in between one of them halfers.
Halfers.
That might be a whole halfer.
A
episode.
whole rant on her.
Yeah, I might have to do.
We could do it after
Look,
this.
man, what she said is. It puts her in the same box, as far as I'm concerned, with Warriors fans.
Oh shit! Well,
Which
she is a Warrior
that's what
fan.
I'm saying. Which makes perfect sense because that's where she already resides anyway.
Warrior
so,
fans don't like fried chicken.
Yeah, I'll get to them in a minute because that leads us to yesterday.
I'll get the last two games.
Leads us to yesterday. So yesterday's game, man.
No, we
gotta
talk about your Lakers, man.
What about them?
Y'all got smacked, man.
Of course we did. We're missing two of
but
our.
After all the stuff you were talking,
look, man.
You have to address the
look, man. First of all,
advocate.
let's get something on record. I never said we were going to beat the Warriors more than once during the season.
Ham, though.
And here's why. I said because no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, they whole asses will never sweep us in a series. That's all I said. And everybody thought I was crazy. So when we did win, yes, I went crazy. But let's not get it twisted.
They dropped 150 on you guys.
Who cares? That's what they're supposed to do. You got two sharpshooters. One of them 6'10" and shaped like a broom. That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh my God. You really hate Kevin Durant.
You trying to put... I don't hate Kevin Durant.
You call him a whole ass nigga every chance you get.
No, that's Dwight Howard.
But you call him a whole ass nigga.
I said what he did was whole ass shish.
Whole ass shish.
Okay. He's a great person.
Uh-huh.
So, and he's a great baller. But what he did was weak. And for that moment in time, and I don't even blame him. I don't even call him a whole ass for that. I call him a whole ass because he didn't give Russell the respect to talk to him before that. Knowing damn good and well he's gone through their whole tenure together saying, this is little brother. It's my little brother. When Mark Cuban said what he said about Westbrook, he stopped Westbrook from talking and said, you know what, I'm going to address it. He's an idiot on his behalf. But this is the man you don't have. This is your brother. And you don't feel the need to at least just say, yo, man.
You already talked about this on the first episode.
Well, they're going to hear it again because you wanted to bring it up.
Yeah.
So, you presented the bed, so now you laying it. We're going to go over it again. Before I was really interrupted, look, man, this is my decision. You can agree with it or not, but just have a drink with me one last time, and then we can go our separate ways. That's all you had to say. But, Russell coming out saying, I found out how y'all found out. What? Oh, that's whole ass. That's like me going off and doing my own thing, and you find out on social media that I'm no longer a part of the Illogical Sense podcast, and I'm doing my own thing. What would you say to that?
I won't be public about it, but I'll call you up like, what the fuck?
Yeah, see, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. That's human nature. Yeah. That's a part of the... Now, does that say more about what they probably hid as far as their relationship from the public? Probably. But they should never presented the opposite to begin with. I mean, we all knew that Shaq and Kobe weren't the best of friends when they were together.
True.
But when it came down to it, Shaq always said Kobe is the best all-around player in the game. And Kobe always said Shaq is the most dominant player on the court.
And Yvanna doesn't like fried chicken, but we don't hate her for that shit.
I don't know if hey man, look, man, I don't know where she stands with me right now, dude. I don't know. Look, I sent her Happy Thanksgiving and she responded back, but that I ain't read the text or whatever. I ain't care what she had to say. I just said Happy Thanksgiving. I'm appreciative of what we've done as a team, and I look forward to it. And I blocked her number. I didn't care what she had to say.
You really blocked her number?
Nah. I really didn't care what she had to say though.
Just tell her to loose your number.
So now back because you want to bring up because you thought you was gonna expose the player today.
No, I wasn't gonna expose. I just wanted you to get mad.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty. We beat them when they was at full health. They put up 150 when who was missing?
I don't know.
When D'Angelo Russell, our point guard, was missing, who has always gotten the best of Steph Curry recently in these past 2 seasons for some reason. Maybe because Steph Curry ain't all that.
Damn.
You didn't hear me say that. He's a great player, but maybe he just ain't all that. Julius Randle has been doing what to a lot of big men this season? Pissing them off, getting in their head, and then capitalizing, making big plays. He was gone. And then The next time we play them, which is after Thanksgiving, Nick Young's out. Come on, man.
So
I told you they were going to lose them games. But you still want to bring this up as if I'm upset about it. That's what the whole ass Warriors was supposed to do. They supposed to already be it's already them and Cleveland in the finals. We don't this is all just preliminary at this point. Don't be focused on what they do against the Lakers. Focus on how Kevin Love finally realized that he is officially the third of that big three out there and puts 34 points up in the first quarter.
And then only got 40, but still.
Whatever, man. The point is, okay, well, let's examine that. He puts up 34 and still only ends up quote unquote, with 40. And meanwhile, LeBron catches up and gets a triple-double. You know how frightening that it should be to Warriors fans?
For real.
Kevin Durant plays good defense, but Kevin Durant can't stop no damn LeBron James. LeBron, on the other hand.
LeBron's just LeBron. He can only stop himself.
I'm saying.
Shit.
So, y'all need to stop being worried about what JC be doing and his Lakers. We gonna be all right. You shouldn't be worried about how y'all play against the Lakers. You shouldn't be worried about how y'all play against anybody else but the Cleveland Cavaliers, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Los Angeles Clippers. That's who y'all should be worried about. Don't be worried about what I be doing. I'm always here. You want to talk, we could always talk. I'm going to find a way.
But you know what matters, though?
Yvanna don't like fried chicken.
No, fried chicken matters.
Yeah. And Yvanna don't like it, but I do.
We all black people do.
Hashtag fried chicken matters.
Fried chicken matters. Hashtag. I want to see that trending when this episode goes up.
Yeah.
Hashtag fried chicken matters.
So now back to the game yesterday.
We still talk about the Lakers or Warriors?
Well, Lakers won yesterday by 15. So I'm cool with that.
Well, this past Sunday. But yeah.
Playoff atmosphere.
Oh, for the Raiders.
Yes. Playoff atmosphere. It was awesome. And from jump, I expected it to be a shootout until it was very clear we were the better team in the first half. Excuse me. And as soon as Khalil got his pick six, it was pandemonium in the stadium.
I only watched half of the game, but I knew you guys.
It was pandemonium. Everybody was going crazy. People were kissing babies and intentions and talking about leaving the stadium to make some more babies. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of them atmospheres.
It must be nice.
And then the second play of the second half happened, and it felt like everything went to hell.
It got quiet.
Derek went and took the snap and
fucked up his finger.
And him and Rodney, for whatever reason, just weren't on the same page that play. And somehow the ball snapped his damn pinky finger, and it dislocated in two places. The ball went on the ground. He didn't even try to go after the ball. He immediately grabbed it and walked away. And at that point, you could hear a pin drop in the stadium.
Damn.
It was that damn quiet. It was that damn nerve-wracking. And you're just like, oh my God, no. It can't end this way. There's no way.
But.
Please. And then it gets even worse. Because not only is you're thinking, okay, they're just going to pop back in place and, to talk to him. Then you see him running into the tunnel and you're like, oh my God,
it's a wrap.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Because then obviously he fumbled, so the Panthers had the ball there. Mm-hmm. They scored. Our backup Matt comes in, does the best he can. We go through a quick 3 and out, and then they score again. Derek runs back out, and on the first drive he's back out, he throws a pick. So now you just look like, all these analysts are talking about, the defense gave up 32 points. They only had 7. Don't let them fools try to talk to you about that. Let's put it all in perspective. We fumbled when Derek got hurt. They were already in territory to put up points. Can't put that on the defense. Derek throws the pick. They, again, get into territory to put up points. You can't blame that on the defense. Mm-hmm. So, in retrospect, you take those 2 plays out, that's 12 points lost. So, that puts them at they had 32, so that's 20. Defense did what they were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, give the defense some slack, man. Not you. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, I know.
But then, he runs back, and I swear to you, the elation in the stadium rises 5 minutes of just MVP.
Damn.
MVP. Granted, he threw the pick on the drive, but
when he came back, it was madness.
And, they take the lead, 25-24, and then they start the fourth quarter. And Cam throws this beautiful bomb to Kelvin Benjamin. And he mossed our corner Sean. It's 32-24. But even in then...
42-34?
No, 32-24.
Oh, okay.
Even then, and some of y'all probably won't believe me, but I'll explain how. I still wasn't nervous. Like, honestly, and one of my bosses and I talked about this after the game. I really haven't been nervous watching our drives like that since we played Baltimore last year.
Mm.
When we played Baltimore last year, we were down, what was it? 31-27 or 31-28.
Mm-hmm.
And we had one drive left. And I had this overwhelming piece about me watching Derek go through the final drive. Because it's like, no, we're not doing what we're accustomed to. This is the start of something new. I just got that spirit over me. So he goes down, he drives, and that was his first time connecting with Seth Roberts in the end zone, and we win the game. Ever since then, as long as there's time on the clock and we're able, I have faith.
Anything's possible!
I have faith in number 4. Number 4 is the franchise, and you're hearing it here. If you haven't heard already, he will be the face of the NFL one day. We're barring any serious injuries to dismantle that. Derek Carr will be the face of the NFL. Khalil Mack will be one of the top 5 faces in the NFL. That 2014 draft in general, especially in Raiders organization, will go down as one of the best draft classes, period. If you understand what Reggie, our general manager, was able to do, they Sports Illustrated redid that draft class last year, like kind of like a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Our first 3 picks, Khalil in the first round, Derek in the second round, Gabe Jackson on the line in the third round. If they had a chance to redo the draft, all 3 of them would have been in the top 15.
Shit.
That's just a testament to how good Reggie's eye is and our personnel staff. Like, they are amazing when it comes to scouting and doing what they need to do. Now, he drives down, throws a beautiful bomb to Clive, our tight end. We're down 30-32. But you know how, Captain Blackjack, Del Rio, our leader.
He crazy, bruh. I wish I had him.
Our leader. We ain't going for an extra point. Get the 2 points.
2 points.
Derek swings out. Amari actually slips in the back of the end zone, which leaves Seth wide open. Seth catches it, goes to the ground. We're tied again. And then from there, we just keep going. You're probably going to be pissed off when I tell you that once we got them to punt, we were actually backed in our own territory, and Derek flings it out 49 yards. And I
wonder who catches. Let me make a wild West guess.
Yeah.
Who caught it?
Who?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, man.
Nah.
That's way back.
Nah, Crabtree.
Catches it, and the helmet flies off as right on cue. And he gets up with the football, flexing. The chain is rocking left and right. The crowd's going crazy. Tosses it, and he's just jawing. Derek gives him a signal, like, you my dog, you my brother, I love you. Let's get back to the line and let's go. And that's the drive that won us the game. Go and kick the field goal. On the way back to end it, Khalil does what Khalil does best. He destroys the pocket. Goes in, sacks Cam, forces a fumble from Cam, and then recovers the fumble. Khalil Mack yesterday had 6 tackles, 1 fumble forced, 1 fumble recovery, a sack, an interception, and a touchdown. The last player to do that in one game, Charles Woodson, 2009. Look, man, I don't know what's going on. I called it. I don't know what's going on.
I told you from episode 1. I told you exactly what was going to happen.
I don't know.
I told you what was going to happen.
I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know what's going on. But I
Super Bowl bound, bro.
Understand that I am loving every minute of this, and I am not taking it for granted. I am living in the moment. Well, I've only been with the organization for 4 seasons now, so I can't fully understand what it was like those 14 total years. But I definitely got my taste when we started 0-10 in 2014. To see this organization finish out that non-winning streak, 14 straight years, and now we have a winning record this year, and we still have 5 games to go, and we're already at 9 wins. It's incredible.
Well,
it's amazing.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised.
I will say this. I'm not surprised because even though I did not make predictions, I don't do predictions when it comes to our team.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't make a prediction I always knew we were capable of getting 10 wins. So while I already envisioned us having 9 wins, to say we were going to have 9 wins to finish out week 12, would have never believed it.
Hey, man.
Wouldn't have believed it.
I'm making a prediction right now. Like, since you want to make a prediction, I'm going to make a prediction. It's going to be you guys versus the Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
I would love that.
Man, can you imagine the fan bases that whole week?
The NFL would be floating in cash. And you know the cool thing about it is too is that the Raiders and Cowboys, there's actually a lot of long-lasting friendships with the staff members. Like some long-lasting. Like a lot of people don't know that Jerry Jones and the late Al Davis
were hella cool.
I wasn't probably to go that far, but they were, they were cordial. They were friends. Yeah, they were cool with each other.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the staffers either started up around the same time, or just through the years they, just had some good connections, and they remain friends to this day. Shout out to Bryce and D-Mac, Darren McFadden. Mm-hmm. Still love those guys. Bryce, I'm in contact with every single week. That's my dog. So to have that matchup,
bruh,
dog.
I'm already seeing how. I would look at the NFC. There's no team that's going to stop the Cowboys right now. None.
They look.
They like Ezekiel Elliott.
They look,
bruh.
Man,
that boy
eats.
Man,
Eats.
That whole team. I just feel bad for Romo. You gotta feel bad for Romo though. It kind of. Well, not
it's
really.
the nature of the game.
Like he got Alex Smith.
You know what it is? Honestly, it's the nature of the game, and the only reason why I don't is because that's actually how he acquired the job.
Yep. When he won it over, what's his name?
It was Quincy Carter?
No, it was somebody else.
Was it Quincy Carter?
I remember there was that year when they were losing all them damn quarterbacks, and Romo was one of them, and they wanted Romo to play in his rookie year. I was thinking Testaverde? I want to say it's him.
Maybe. But he won the job that way.
Yeah, he did.
So,
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Now, I mean, does it suck? Yeah, but that's just the nature of the game.
But speaking of sucking,
yeah, go ahead.
Nah, I ain't gonna say it this time.
Oh, you ain't gotta say it, but just
my Niners. I'm just numb to it now. Kaepernick needs to just leave. It's just we got beat by the fucking Dolphins.
You know what it is, man? You can't say that though, because the Dolphins actually, if the playoffs started today, the Dolphins would be in the playoffs instead of the Broncos.
Well, if we were lost to the Browns, then yeah, I could have said that.
Yeah.
But still, Kaepernick did everything he could in that game.
Man, shout out to Kaepernick.
He's trying, but he just
you know what it is too. He's still trying to apply for a job because they still might cut him by April. So he's trying to make sure that some teams that need quarterbacks know.
Just don't be doing
He's
that.
He's still a better option.
Just do that.
He's still a better option than Geno Smith. He's still a better option than Ryan Fitzpatrick.
He's the better option, period.
He's a better option than a lot of these guys that are going to be coming out in free agency.
Or,
So, he's,
just don't be taking that knee, boy.
Why is he going to succumb to,
Don't be taking that knee, boy.
Why is he going to succumb to what their record is and not fight? I was actually very impressed with how they fought yesterday.
And
it went down to the final play.
I know it did.
I mean, granted, they stopped him at the 1.
Yeah.
But you know how tough you got to be to take a hit from Indomitius Sue.
And he gets up like nothing, too.
I mean,
shout out to Cav. He's doing what he can.
But I'm sorry you got to go through it. I really am.
I would say it, but at this point, I'm just numb to it.
I really am. For the record, I just want the world to know that I gave Busby the opportunity to come with me.
Nigga, I'm not. No. Anyway, fuck Jed York. Let's move on.
He didn't want to.
Let's move on.
So now he has to willow in his own pain when he says the Raiders got the juice.
Well, they do got the juice.
He can't celebrate with me.
Well, I'm not even. I can't switch teams. I can't.
Hey, man, look.
I can't switch teams.
They give you some opportunity, man. You do what you got to do.
Anyway.
Fanship don't feed your family, G.
Anyway, like I said, well, music came out.
Yep.
Music. We talked about 24K Magic.
Abel.
That's going to be, but that boy, the Weeknd.
Able.
That boy, the Starboy.
Able.
The Weeknd, able. He is able to make great music.
Able.
The fact that he released Beauty Behind the Madness last year and then to come back to back with another hit album. Bruh. Man, I listened to Starboy when I first. At first, when the singles were coming out, I only listened to the first single. And then, what was the other one? False Alarm.
I only listened to Starboy.
I only listened to Starboy and False Alarm. After that, False Alarm. After that, I just stopped. I didn't listen to nothing else because that's what I learned from Weeknd. I'm going to listen to the whole album in its entirety. And yeah, in its entirety, it's a really good album. Weeknd came with it again. Again, he knows how to make a hit record. I mean, in the beginning, it keeps hitting you back to back to back, but then it kind of falls in towards the end, but it catches up in the end.
I purposely, because I saw, shout out to hiphopandmore.com. That's usually where I get all
Hip Hop and More. Oh yeah,
It's usually where I get all my daily intake of what's going on within the culture.
Shout out to Rap Fest too.
Yeah. When I saw they kept dropping he kept dropping records, I was like, nah, I can't. I'm only gonna listen to Starboy.
Mm-hmm.
When I just saw they kept he dropped like 5-6 records.
He really did.
And I was like, I'm not gonna listen to it because if I listen to it now, I'm not gonna appreciate what I'm gonna hear in the context.
Mm-hmm. What was the standout track for you?
Man,
it was a lot for me. It was.
Hold up, man. When I listen to Starboy, I already listened to Starboy enough time, so I'm floating around to it.
Starboy.
Yeah. Dog, when you get to Party Monster, oh my.
In the speakers, it's fucking blasting.
Gosh, man. Look, man. When that man said, I woke up, thank the Lord for the day, woke up to a girl I don't even know her name. Look, man. That was my life for a while.
You should have been here last week to talk about your drunk adventures.
That was my life for a while.
Yeah,
back in my hoish days when I didn't know how to act, man.
I'm good.
You would just literally wake up from a drunken night, like, all right, thank you, I made it, and you roll over and see a body next to you, like, who the hell is this?
You don't remember it?
No.
Damn.
That happened several times.
How can you not remember?
But listening to that song, it took me back, and I was like, oh, man.
That was. Yeah.
I relived all 2012 and 2013.
Hey, 2013 was a blur to me too, man.
And then we get to
False Alarm.
False Alarm was cool.
Reminder. That's when he talked about the kid.
That's when I pointed out to you when
the
he was
Kids'
like,
Choice. I
nominated me
for a kids award about stuff in your face
with with Blow.
Yeah, that's still crazy to me. Weeknd really won was it a Kids' Choice Award?
Yeah.
A Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award for I Can't Feel My Face.
That's ridiculous. Reminder was, I like Reminder.
Reminder was
content
dope.
Of it.
Secrets was dope.
I didn't like Secrets too much.
You didn't like Secrets? Oh.
No.
Rockin'.
Yeah.
Rockin' was really Michael-ish. Cool. Very Michael-ish.
Secrets, I was, on it. Because when I was, my first listen, I did my first listen on Twitter, hashtag JC's first listen. Mm-hmm. And then I did the album. So Secrets came through, I was like, it's alright. Then we got some True Colors, man.
Bruh.
Dog.
You can play it right.
True Colors. You got yours. You know what I'm saying? You rocking, we thugging.
Yeah. True Colors is my shit. True Colors.
True Colors was, man.
That's some R. That's some straight R&B
for that ass. It was fantastic.
The Sidewalks with
Kendrick. I was Stardoor Interlude. I was.
with Lana Del Rey.
And I'm a Lana Del Rey fan. But I was just. I get it. It was just kind of transition. Sidewalks was cool.
Oh yeah, everyone was kind of on Sidewalk. They didn't like Kendrick's verse or whatever.
Nobody really liked.
I liked it. At first, I was kind of.
I wasn't saying nobody liked Kendrick. What I was going to say was everybody wants to be that person where it's like, oh. Yeah, I can finally see you're over sensationalizing him. You're overhyping him.
He's too pop.
Man, kick your
ironically. Irony. They're calling him too pop.
Get your overthinking ass back in the dirt where you come from. Don't you ever disrespect King Kunta like that, man.
And fried chicken.
You know what I'm saying? Look, man. Y'all gonna respect what The Weeknd said about Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, yeah.
You gonna respect what he said about that man.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
All right.
We ain't got to get into it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look that interview
Look up that Zane Lowe interview from Apple Music. He called him a motherfucking genius.
Yeah. Now
6 feet under with Future.
Yes.
6 feet under.
I love that joint, man.
I like the other Future track though.
I Know.
Oh, that was the first Future track. The Future verse. I was like, he ripped this. Like he hella ripped it.
I'm gonna keep that in mind because I have something to ask you that's very serious once we finish with this segment. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
About Future?
Yeah, just.
All right. I'm gonna make a note of that.
Love Delay was
alright.
Yeah.
This is when the album kind of went like.
Well, Love Delay was alright, but then A Lonely Night, the one that sounded like Michael.
A lonely night.
I was like, oh my god. I actually had to question. That was the first time I questioned. Am I listening to The Weeknd or am I listening to Michael since he did his own rendition of Dirty Diana? The first verse, at least. The first verse. When he broke it down, I was like, okay, this is The Weeknd's rendition.
Yeah, but
the first verse, I was like,
when he did that, I mean, when I heard it, at first I was like, Dee. When I heard the first line, I'm like, I got up like, Michael, don't fuck this up.
Yep.
And then when he did the hook, and then he did the, I was like, okay, you get it.
You are official.
You get it. Like,
you made it, little nigga.
You made it. You got it, you little nigga.
Yeah, Lonely Night. But then, this is where we get to
Attention.
The opus when I described you, because you know, since we've been boys and we've gone over countless albums with each other the last few years.
Yeah.
I always look for that 2 to 3 song sequence on the album.
Yeah,
that just makes you go, oh yeah. And that 2 song sequence was Attention in The Ordinary Life.
Ordinary Life? How
those 2 songs?
Mm-hmm.
My God Almighty.
That good. I mean, yeah, they are good.
My goodness, man. You close your eyes, just listen to it. And I had my studio beats on, so I heard it all. And I was there for it all. I didn't want to leave.
Were you high for this?
I can't disclose that. I will say I was very elated when I heard it. Very elated.
Oh, yeah. Go man.
Yeah.
Go man. Yeah, that shit.
These 2 tracks, Attention and Ordinary Life, they just, that transition.
Then Nothing Without You.
Nothing Without You was good.
Nothing Without You, but then
all I know was
that shit was raw. Future's verse, man.
Yeah.
Future's verse on that. Let me go to that because he was spitting. With that bougie. Don't never fuck that booty.
Yep.
I never fuck that booty. That shit was raw. Like I never thought I would enjoy a Future verse like that.
Yep.
But no, but the coup de grace, Die For You
is, man, that's hypersexual.
That's hypersexual.
That's hypersexual. Man. What is it? November, December?
There's
about to be some babies in August, September.
Hey man,
you get pregnant, you can blame
the Weeknd. And what do you think of the last track? I Feel It Coming. Yeah, it was a good ending.
Good closer, but I mean, it was
all in all.
Wrong. I mean, it was a long track list. It took a while. Like, I mean, you see it at first, you're like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some amazing songs.
Oh yes,
I would have taken out 3 or 4.
You would have taken out 4 of them. What would you take out? 3
or 4. I would have taken.
Because in my opinion, it could have ended after Die For You. It could have ended right there.
Yeah, I would have taken out Stargirl Interlude. I really just couldn't vibe with Secrets.
You didn't like Secrets?
Nah.
You tripping.
I would have had him. I get False Alarm, but
False Alarm. In a way, he's saying the whole shit tells a story. All his albums.
I get it though because it sounds like an ode to Prince.
But I respect the Weeknd so much because this motherfucker said in the Zane Lowe interview, Beauty Behind the Madness was already selling. He was on tour. Yeah. He was selling, and he was about to prepare. Shameless was going to be the next single, and he just said, you know what? Pull the plug on it. I got this creative juice right now. I got to get this out. And he went in the studio and made Starboy.
9 out of 10
Cut
artists.
his hair.
9 out of 10 artists
would have just milked it.
Yeah.
They would have milked every cent out of it.
But, that's what separates the greats from the legends.
Exactly. And Weeknd,
they know when to... They give the fans what they want to hear, but at the same time, they know when it's time. All right, you had enough.
And Weeknd gets it. It's crazy that as soon as this album dropped, he was #1 all over the world on some Michael shit.
And you know what's even more funny about that, man?
Are we going to talk about what I think?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's so funny?
OVO Sound is nowhere to be found.
OVO Sound is nowhere.
Nope.
Nowhere.
Nope.
At all.
At all.
And it's crazy because I think I tweeted about it. How I was like, April's selling, Bryson's selling, Party be selling if Drake didn't take his records.
Yeah. It's like you gotta and in fairness, it's not just Drake as a record executive. There's other rappers and singers who have tried that crossover and they just completely failed because they just don't understand what it takes to develop an artist.
Yeah.
At the same time, trying to maintain your own stardom as an artist. So you're trying to balance and you just, you fail.
Badly.
Yeah. So, but you got to understand, man, when you have a talent
like the
Weeknd, you got to play ball.
You got to go what he said because
you got to jump on board and play ball. You can't play. Now, he made it look like, everybody here at OVO does what they want.
That's what Party Next Door said. He said that in an
everybody
interview.
does what they want, but,
that was the main
Jordan later claimed that was false. They all camp out, and it's like in
a tent
that they're intern camp, and they're just snatching
songs left and right. Looking at SoundCloud.
Look, man,
shit.
There's no beating around the bush. We know why Take Care.
It's because half of those tracks for House of Balloon tracks.
We know why Take Care sounds the way it does. Okay,
everyone knows.
What was it? Kissland?
Kissland was.
We know why that sounds the way it does.
Why?
They rushed it, and they wanted him to go a direction that
he did. Actually, in the Zane Lowe interview, he admitted that he wanted to continue with the trilogy sound and shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. He agreed,
and his main fan base, his core fan base, still loved that album.
But I mean, it just what it was. It was too quick.
Yeah, that too.
They rushed it.
Yeah.
So he had to go back to the drawing board, reinvent himself. I wouldn't say reinvent himself.
He had to,
but he had to step away from that dark, mysterious
bullshit.
Yeah, and he had to,
become pop.
Yeah,
and we got Beauty Behind the Madness and Starboy,
which produced two of his biggest damn tracks of his career.
It's crazy because I actually when I listened to the trilogy. When I listened to his shit, I listened to the trilogy first, and then I just skipped Kissland.
I don't even listen to the trilogy, man. I can't.
I listen to House of Balloons, if anything.
I just can't separate the 3 mixtapes and combine them into one.
What I did was
I have 3 mixtapes, and then you know how there's a bonus track on each disc on trilogy. Yeah. I just have those 3, and those 3 make up the trilogy.
True.
I can't find it in myself to just mash them all together.
Well, I get you. I only listen to House of Balloons, if anything.
Now, granted, it's the same damn thing. Trilogy's the same damn thing as House of Balloons.
I know, but
Thursday when I listen, and Echoes of Silence. I'm just for everybody trying. I wouldn't put them as one.
Yeah. But when we're talking about Drake and how he just pretty much.
I mean, you have
who's on OVO? It's Roy Woods, Party Next Door, Majid Jordan,
Obi Bryan.
Well, I'll count that in. Obi Bryan, and then I feel like I missed. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Who produced Started from the Bottom?
Oh no, that's not
Zombie.
No, Mike Zombie's not on OVO.
I know he left. He was, but he left.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's not. I mean, you call it.
We already know what it is.
You call it a bash if you want to call it a bash. I really don't care how you stands take it. But I'm a fan.
I'm retired.
So, I really don't give a damn how you take it. Just be honest with yourselves and we can move forward.
But
he dropped the ball when it comes to the Weeknd.
He did.
That's all.
He did.
You can admit that. Don't let your love for the man and your standum get in the way of you making sense of what goes on in the world. He dropped the ball. Okay, let's move on.
He did. And he tried to do the same thing with Party Next Door.
And he's doing it. The only difference is part where, people are finally starting to realize Party Next Door is nowhere close to the Weeknd.
At all.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Not Party Next Door.
Kick back around the block. I know, bro.
Sorry. Kick Back Around the Block is nowhere near the Weeknd.
At all.
And he's doing the same formula where he's snatching records and he's leaving them with
nothing. Now, just imagine how dope House of Balloons is that Drake took half those songs and put them on Take Care, and those other half that was on House of Balloons, they're still knocking.
Yeah.
So that just shows you how talented Weeknd is. If Weeknd would have stayed with Drake would have probably he would have been had his #1 record. He probably would have had more Grammys. Like Drake would have dropped his classic already if he really wanted to be technical.
There's only a select few that know rappers. And let's call it musicians, because it's not just specific to rappers. It's all musicians in different genres. There's only a select who have the star power, that far exceeds the musical realm, and could take them over. There's only a select few that actually get it and know how to make it work.
And Zane Lowe asked
Kanye was one of them. On his behalf and on his respect, Jay was one of them. Granted, Jay had Biggs and Dane.
Yeah.
And they pretty much handled that business end.
You talk about just artist-wise, all-around artists?
Right.
Like the Michaels and the Madonnas.
Who's another one that had that ability to do that? I just had it at the top of my head just now. Prince was able to do that. Prince had numerous, and he was writing songs for folks.
Yeah.
So there was one, I just had him at the top of my head just now.
Kendrick?
No, because Kendrick don't run Top Dog.
Oh, are you talking about...
I'm talking about actual execs. Like
Dr.
Dre.
Hove, Eminem? Nah, not M.
No, I had it right at the tip of my tongue.
What's he? What label is he on?
I'm trying to
Diddy?
figure out right now. Diddy was an exec before he thought he was something that he isn't. Damn, I had it just at the top of my head, and then something threw me off. Who the hell was it? Lil Jon.
Oh, yeah.
Lil Jon turned catchphrases, flipped it, grabbed a Bay Area legend, developed the Prince of the South and Lil Scrappy, and TV and BME TVT was a force to be dealt with from 2003 to 2007.
Yeah, they were.
So you can say what you want to say about Lil Jon. Lil Jon knew what worked as an artist, and then he translated it and said, "I'm just about to build a label." We'll
pretty much you're saying with OVO, if you cannot, the number one rule of an OVO is you can't be bigger than the king.
No.
So you can't.
That's what brought G Unit down.
Yep.
That's why they're barely, having conversations today, this year.
Because of ego.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, let's look back at G Unit real quick. There's no reason at all
for 50 to be jealous of.
Well, just that, but there's no reason why that stint only lasted from 2003 to 2005. There's no reason.
There is no reason.
Because 50 was still selling to 2007, 2008.
And his big mouth got him in trouble. That's what happened. His ego.
And how they marketed them, like when DJ Who Kid was doing the G Unit radio mixtapes, how they marketed them for, what was it, Tape 5. The back, I still remember this because it was like the first mixtape I ever bought. They marketed it in the sense of they had all 5 of the artists, and they had Who Kid, and they had them columned off in the on the layout, and it was 50 Cent, King of Hip Hop.
Yep.
DJ Who Kid, Justo Mixtape DJ of the Year. Lloyd Banks, Justo Mixtape Artist of the Year, East Coast Fire Spitter. Young Buck, Prince of Cashville.
Pretty much they had an empire.
Tony Yayo.
They had an empire.
The king of the streets. And then Game, King of the West.
And then 50's ego.
They had it. They had hip hop on lock.
And 50's
and in a matter of months, it was gone. Like,
what the fuck?
And remember, G-Unit was a branch of Shady Aftermath. So in a way, them falling out also had a direct impact on the rest of the Shady Aftermath artists. Because now you can't record with certain people because you don't want to piss off other people who are the breadwinners.
Pretty much.
So now you start going two different ways. You notice 50 was no longer doing music with Busta because Busta was still cool with Game.
Yep. Loyalty and all
Stat
that shit.
Quo was no longer showing up on Shady Big Records because he was still cool with Game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it screwed up a lot.
Yep, sure did.
So from that standpoint, there's only a select few who get it and are able to say it's bigger than me. I'm also dealing with another person. This person just isn't an investment. I also have their livelihood at my fingertips right now.
And you think Aubrey doesn't get that?
I feel like
doesn't care.
I feel like he either doesn't care or he just looks at it as a situation where, well, you're associated with me. That's a win for you.
Probably a combination of both.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that it's a major, F you, I'm stealing all your songs. But I feel like he kind of he doesn't look at it from their perspective. Where he looks at it like, hey, you're rolling with Drake. You're Drake's homies. That's good. Like, that's good. Versus, you don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took a while for Big Sean to be Kanye's protege to Big Sean. Like, I feel like he just got that last year when he dropped Dark Sky Paradise.
Yep.
I feel like he just got that identity.
Yep. Well, I think probably Detroit.
Yeah. Well, we'll say this. He was developing off. What killed the momentum from Detroit was the Controllers.
Oh, no. You talk about Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And the Hall of Fame, the album wasn't that good. And then the Control verse came out, and nobody wanted to talk about Big Sean.
Even though he had a good verse,
they wanted to talk about
Kendrick
jumping on Big Sean's record. And then, from there. So it took a while for Sean to develop that identity.
Voice. Yeah. So pretty much, it's funny how you hear all these artists that are on OVO. They all try to find their voice, but, Give that shit to him. Oh, so if you go to the next segment, so what about Future? You wanted to ask me a serious question about Future.
How do you not understand the magic of March Madness?
Oh God,
everybody understands the magic of March Madness except for you. I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't get this.
I mean, you're the one that says Dirty Sprite 2 will go down as a classic, and I won't even go that far.
It will go down as a street classic.
I'll say that's a strong 4.
It'll be a street classic.
Maybe.
That's what I mean, a street classic.
Maybe. I don't even give it that.
Damn.
I say it's a strong 4.
Well, that's
out of 5. Let's be clear. I'm not saying a 4 out of 10, a 4 out of 5. That's a strong rating.
So, Yvanna doesn't like fried chicken, and I don't like March Madness.
I don't understand that.
Well, March Madness, I don't
you know what we need to do? We need to get your license back.
Okay.
We need to get you a car.
Okay.
And on a Wednesday night at 11:17 p.m., for no damn reason in the world.
You want to get me drunk?
No. You got to get in the driver's seat, and we're going to get you a car that has a sunroof. And you got to put the sunroof back.
All right.
And you just got to cruise for 10 minutes. And once you hit the 10-minute mark, then you play March Madness, and you just cruise and get lost in the magic that is
March Madness.
You will it's only then that you'll fully understand how powerful of a record that is. This man is talking about drinking lean, the cops killing us, balling all in one song. If that don't tell you some versatility, dog, I don't, Now, I'm not that big on Future in the sense of, oh my God, he's the greatest thing in music. Future gets his due from me. He's amazing. Dress it up and make it real for me.
I mean, I remember when I be in the clubs.
Whatever that fucking means. Dirty soda in the styrofoam. Spend the day getting my mind blown. Dress it up and go to NASA. 200 miles on the dash. 40 cans on the gas. Switch lanes in the Grand Rap. We're the ones that cookie all you niggas see. Then you start acting. Shoot a nigga like film in the movie. Nigga gon' let him have it. Ballin' like March Madness. All these cops are shooting nigga tragic. But I'm the one that living lavish. Like I'm playing for the man. Fuck my Cuban. I don't want to fucking nigga money, make the money even though you average. And then once you get past that, like you starting to just get wrapped up and everything. You just gotta listen to how he just rides the beat. Dirty soda in my cup. 45 by my gut.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day it'll grow on me. Maybe.
Catching joints.
Well, March Madness has to grow on me. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm telling you, when you get a ride, after you get your license back, you just gotta go for a cruise. This is one of them songs that you fall in love with as a result of cruising around the city. You have to see the lights everywhere. Like I'm being for real with you.
So I gotta be under the influence?
No. You don't have to be under the influence. Like I'm being real with you. Most times I'll joke with you and I'll troll, like just kind of get a rise out of you. Yeah. I'm being real serious right now because I used to be very critical of Future. Because I've always been a fan of Future. When nobody wanted to talk about him, when he was doing the astronaut series, I was on that. When everybody was like, "Oh, it's a cool record, but that's Pharrell on Dope," I was the one pushing that. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he does all these mixtapes. All of a sudden, everybody a Future fan. And I'm like, I've been that. Same with Gucci. I've been that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying, Nick?
I've been that since, it was him, Waka, Woo the Kid, OJ the Juice Man. I've been that fan. So I was critical when he started switching and started focusing more on his melody. But then when I started realizing how he was doing it, it was okay. Let's give Bro Man a chance. I swear on everything I love, man. I heard March Madness. I lost it. Man. You talk about a street classic.
That's a street. It is crazy how he didn't put that on DS2. That's still
because you know what it is. By the time it got to DS2, it was already
popping.
And then Commas was popping. This was already. It already exploded. It did what it needed to do.
Because he still could have put it on there. But...
And like I said, I'll joke around with you. Like, oh yeah, I'll give you some kind of mediocre artist. Like, oh yeah, just listen like this. You'll be good.
Like
I'm
a
telling
flaming artist, huh?
I'm telling you, this you have to. It's one of those songs where you listen to, but in the midst of it, you funnel out of his world and you look at your world through his eyes.
Okay.
And when you see your city lights and where you how far you come and still how far you want to go, and you start listening to some of the stuff he says, some of it you won't be able to relate to just because you're not from the streets.
Yeah.
But some of it, when you can find parallels in your life, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it.
You see what I'm saying?
I get you. I get you. I get you.
You
Take
gotta.
into account.
That's honestly how you get it. Once you start funneling that, and you start, putting your imprint on the song, you'll get it. I promise you'll get it.
Okay.
Because from other songs that he did, I had to learn how to. There's artists where I have to learn. I learned you just gotta kind of picture it being you and see if you get it.
Okay.
So some of the Future songs, I had to picture it being me.
Yeah.
I had to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like I said, by that time, March Madness already come out, and I was hooked. Okay. I was like, when he said, oh man, I'm so caught up in the music, man. I don't know where to start.
I get you. Like I've grown into Future because I thought he was just gonna fade out after Tony Montana.
We balling like the March Madness. All these coppers shooting niggas, tragic. Like that actually spoke to me.
Yeah, I bet it.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's true. You go out here and you know what I'm saying. Every occasional weekend you go out to pop some bottles and you balling, but then you turn the TV on the next day and cops killed another one.
But yeah, so March Madness is good music.
Yeah, man.
I believe it. I know. It's just I just can't really fast. So maybe I gotta be like you said. I gotta set the mood right. I gotta be in the right atmosphere and shit for it. I'll do that.
Yeah.
But until then, bland.
Yeah.
So
you say that. But,
what else is that? What else is there to talk about? Something else happened.
I just want to get it off my chest because I done seen it on Twitter a few times.
Oh, you gonna see it a lot more.
And I wanted to virtually punch you in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you didn't
mad
like
at
fried chicken, I'd have stuck a drumstick down your damn esophagus.
Couldn't say it. Oh shit! Well, Yvanna doesn't like fried chicken, and Busby doesn't care about March Madness.
Man, what don't I like?
Well, you don't like the Warriors?
That's too easy, man.
Well, I know, but what's the random shit you don't like?
I don't know.
Well, that's that shit I don't like.
What is some of the random stuff I don't?
Oh, well, but when you're thinking about that, MTV's bringing back their because the year is almost over.
Yeah.
And MTV is gonna bring back their top 10 MCs, the hottest MCs, after like 2 years. And I already know
they gonna run that into the ground.
No, they haven't done it in like 2 years.
They gonna run it into the ground.
Well, at one point it was hella respectable and shit like that.
At one point it was respectable, but
and then they stopped it after 2013, which I thought that stopped after 2014.
They got to make perfectly clear. And this is from fans too, because sometimes fans are just idiots. They don't.
Well, they are idiots.
It is the hottest. rapper, not the best rapper. So both need to take that into accountability and present it the way it should be presented. MTV don't need to present it like, yeah, he's putting out the best music right now. No, hottest doesn't mean you're putting out the best.
You're
it
popular.
Just means that that's
what's hot right now. That's what's hot. So
and the fans need to realize that when they're looking at these lists to stop getting so damn up in arms
about where they're ranked.
Yeah,
just be happy they're on it.
And if your artist ain't on, then chances are they either weren't popping like you thought they were, or it just wasn't their year. Or I wouldn't expect Kendrick to be on this list this year. Because the only thing he dropped was
Untitled Unmastered and a few features.
Granted, there were some good tracks that actually, contend with the music that's out. His leftovers are contending with some artists' best work.
Drake.
But I'm not going to be up in arms if I don't see him on that list.
Me neither.
Because he's... Timid Butterfly was last year.
So if we could do this, if we could make a prediction who the top 10 hottest MCs, who would it be? Like if I can rank it, I can predict Drake. That's one. Kanye. Meek.
Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi?
Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi, okay.
Lil Uzi Vert, look, man.
I'm about to keep going. I get you.
Well, I just want to explain this. I was highly against Lil Uzi in the get-go, especially after seeing the Ebro in the Morning clip. I finally understood where he was coming from as an artist. I still don't fully agree with that angle. But you can't deny that he has a place within the genre based on his features alone this year.
Yeah.
He's featured on Bad and Bougie with the Migos, and he did his thing on that.
Damn, Sausage just slapped Charlotte's titty.
He had probably one of the greatest hooks this year.
Now I do what I want.
No, not that.
Oh.
He probably one of the greatest hooks this year when him and Wiz got together on Pull Up. When I'm in LA, pedal to the floor, man. Yo, bitch in my face. She might be a hoe, man.
Oh,
Money
yeah.
in no way. The way he wrote that, that's... Look, man. There's artists that are lyricists, and then there's artists that just make great sounding... They know how to manipulate their voice and their melodies to give off good music.
Oh, yeah.
Lil Uzi has grown on me, and I can appreciate what he does. Now, his solo work, I'm still not all the way there. But I've reached a point now where, as a featured artist, my ears kind of perk up. If I see Lil Uzi as a featured artist. It's like, Uzi's on the song. Let's check this out. Let's see what he has to bring. I'll tell you one group that it did that for me.
Ray Shrummer.
Where it was just slowly but surely, it was enough to say, Ray Shrummer? Let me see what they got. Now, anytime Ray Shrummer on a song,
you listen.
Everything stops.
Literally.
Like, are we doing, like, are we playing ball? Oh, wait, Ray Shrummer dropped a song. Hold up. Pause the game. Nah, hold up. We gotta listen to this. You know what I'm saying? It just takes time. And I feel like fans need to find that balance on how to listen, because I feel like fans put too much emphasis on wanting every single artist that comes in the game to be just this big superstar.
And then these blogs
and
fucking...
And the blogs have a lot
and
to...
Twitter,
and the blogs are to blame.
And those little music people.
The blogs are to blame to a certain extent. But at the same time, you understand where the blogs are coming from. Some of these blogs are startups. They're trying to ride the wave early.
Some of them are the hipster ones.
Some of them are hipsters.
Like well-known hipster ones.
There's a lot of them who work for these publications that have no history in journalism. So they're coming in just strictly as fans. And what they want isn't to push the culture. It's to say enough good things to get retweets and then maybe backstage access.
Message!
So that way they can say, I was backstage, put it on Snapchat.
Instagram.
Put it on
Twitter.
InstaChat and all that. And go from there.
Message!
So you have to understand that responsibility from there. At the same time, look, you have to also look at it from a sports perspective. Not everybody's going to be LeBron. Not everybody going to be KD. Not everybody going to be Steph. Not everybody going to be Russ. That's okay.
Yeah.
You need the Larry Nance Jr.'s of the world. You know what I'm saying? You need the Jamal Crawfords of the world. They come in and they fill a role.
Yeah.
And you let the leaders be the leaders. You let them be great. But you can enjoy Jay crossover for his crossover move. You can enjoy Zach LaVine doing dunks that you don't think are humanly possible in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For that moment, you can enjoy them for what it is. I feel like fans got to get off their high horse. Because you allow yourselves to believe in this ideology that, that's not real hip-hop. Look, man, hip-hop is about expression of yourself. As long as you're doing it in a positive light.
True.
So, yeah, have we strayed away from where the origins were 35, 40 years ago? Yes, sure. Because there is a lot more glorification of the street life. However, that doesn't discredit them from being hip-hop.
True that.
You know what I'm saying?
True that.
They're just as much a part of the culture as NWA was when NWA was screaming, fuck the police. Back then, it was a political statement. Nowadays, if you hear it, it's they're just being vulgar. So, what's the difference? You know what I mean?
Well, in your eyes, Lil Uzi Vert earns that spot on the hottest MC list.
He's earned it.
So, it's Drake, Kanye, Meek Mill, Lil Uzi, Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper's got to be number one.
5. Well,
I would call him number one.
I'm saying no. And
I would say he's number one.
Well,
he had the best verse on The Life of Pablo. The tape album project, whatever he dropped, came out, and it was phenomenal top to finish.
He was everywhere.
Whoever leaked the damn song with him, Sean
and J. Cole. Was it J. Cole?
No, Sean and I apologize to Buddy, who I forget your rap name, and then Jeremiah and Living Single. because that was supposed to be Sean's record, the first single for his album, and it leaked out. They killed that joint. Mm-hmm. Everything Chance has jumped on this year, even the Kit Kat commercial.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. It's crazy. He's getting played everywhere.
He is the number one artist this year.
It's going to be a battle between him and Drake. So, yeah, I already know. It's going to be between him and Drake. You
can say that, but, we also got to come from the standpoint of Drake released 3 singles, and none of them were rap. He was not rapping.
He was not rapping at all.
So, you can say what you want to say. Like I said when the album dropped, I took it for what it was. All it did for me was confirm what I have thought for years. Drake is an R&B artist that
knows how to rap.
Puts hip-hop elements in his music. There's nothing wrong with it. Bell Biv DeVoe did it.
I'm going to sidetrack. About More Life, this playlist, album, mixtape that's coming out. When I was talking about it, and someone said, yeah, that's going to be his Untitled Unmastered. It's going to be a bunch of views leftovers. Like, oh, this is what the album could have sounded like.
Yeah, so back to what I was saying. So he is an R&B artist that puts hip-hop elements in his music. Mm-hmm. I prefer it that way. I don't prefer the If You're Reading This It's Too Late Drake. I didn't like that Drake.
Because it wasn't him.
He is not
tough.
He does not have enemies like that.
Now he does.
No, let's put it in perspective. The enemies he has just wants to, kind of slap him up here and there. He doesn't have enemies creeping over him the way YG has enemies creeping over his shoulder. YG is paranoid.
True.
Speaking back to how I wanted to finish that, back to the main plot we opened up this show with. We were walking out the stadium. Mm-hmm. Whole bunch of celebrities were there. Cube was there. Bret Hart was there. There's a whole bunch of people. And as we're walking out, I look behind to the side, and YG's walking through with his security. Mm-hmm. So he's keeping a low head, trying not to be seen. I look back and I go, "What's up, YG?" And he just looks back and goes, "What's up, my nigga?" And he just keeps it pushing.
Mm-hmm. Paranoid.
He looked very paranoid. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to say nothing more after that because the more you talk, the more likely you finna get handled. Mm-hmm. So I left it at that. Mm-hmm. He's doing a show tonight. I wish him the best. Still Brazy is still a top record this year.
You think YG,
as far as I'm concerned.
You think YG deserves to be
definitely deserves to be
7. There. Young Thug.
But Drake does not have enemies like YG has enemies.
Oh no, he doesn't.
YG got popped as a result of having enemies. He don't even know who his damn enemies are.
And Drake be talking about how he holds the gun to his side. And he always be talking
Drake,
about death.
Look, man. For y'all fans out there thinking Drake hard, I just want you to look at it from this context. Drake wasn't even holding the gun when he was a character on Degrassi and he got popped.
He's the one. He ran from the
gun.
But
you expect him to be street now?
Never has, never will.
Come on, man. I took that record for what it was. And it was supposed to be a chess move for him to get out of Cash Money.
But it wasn't.
So that status dropped for me. Mm-hmm. The music already was an F for me when I heard it because I was like, oh, that's smart. He just put trash records out.
I still like that album. I don't know what it's garbage. About that album that you really do not
it's
like.
Garbage. I don't buy the act. I don't buy it.
I feel like I was ready
to sit with my mom.
I'll never forget.
You know how that shit go.
I remember when we were at the Wale show, and that song came on, and I took a snap or like an Instagram video of everyone jumping up and down, and I cut to JC, and he's just staring at the damn camera.
Yep. I wasn't buying it. You don't be running through the 6 with your woes, man. You don't be doing that.
Yeah, you don't even be chilling in the 6 like that because you at the fucking Warrior games all the goddamn time.
You are an ambassador for the Toronto Raptors.
And you at every Warrior game like a whole ass groupie. Fucking groupie. Speaking of groupies, you see that one chick that got proposed to? You remember the one chick that was trying to, she was in the playoffs. She became a meme because she was biting her lip when she saw Steph Curry. She was tempting him.
Oh, Rose?
Yeah, she got proposed to by her manager.
Really?
Yes. She was.
Shout out to Rose.
Yeah, at the Warrior game. Like the dude that she goes with, her manager proposed to her. I don't know if she said yes or not, but she had that look on her face like.
For the old publication that we used to work at, I was actually in contact with her trying to get her to come back to do a photo shoot. I never met her, but never contact. Shout out to her. I don't care who you are. That's a big step.
Yeah, but she had that look on her face. Like someone on Twitter put a meme up and it said, "Yeah, when the free meal gets serious."
Damn. That's sad, man. Don't play old boy like that.
Yeah, I know, but it's just funny because she had this look on her face. But we'll talk about the hottest MCs. So okay, let's go. So if we would pick the hottest MCs of 2016 in no particular order, Drake, Meek,
Future, YG,
Lil Uzi,
Chance,
Young Thug,
Kanye, Young Thug, Schoolboy Q. Schoolboy Q had a big year.
And number 10, I'm kind of deciding if it's either 21 Savage or Lil Lachi. Those are the names Lil Yachty. Those are the only two names I keep hearing. If part of me wants to say 21 Savage, I hear a lot more of him than anything. So 21. This is episode 21.
Travis Scott.
Yeah, take that nigga out. Travis Scott. And then that's your list.
Travis Scott had a great year.
Oh, he had a really good year.
I like how you put in perspective his what Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight sound like. You said it sounded like a trap version of 808s and Heartbreak.
It was.
That was the perfect analogy. I haven't yet to find a better analogy of what that sounds like.
It really is. It's this trap version of that album.
That was awesome. It was fantastic.
Thank you. But okay, so when we do the hottest MC list, that's probably going to drop later on this year. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, to close out this shit, Rolling Stone dropped their top 50 albums of the year so far. Yes, and I was just curious to see where everyone's at. Saw Chance came in at number 3 with Coloring Book. That's a good look for him. Yeah. Beyonce was number 1 because it's Beyonce. Yeah. Fucking Young Thug came in at number 10 with Jeffrey.
Wow.
Well, I don't know about that.
Hipsters made that list.
Well, you would think that. But I was more curious about where Views was going to be at. And you want to make an educated, this was the top 50. You want to make an educated guess where Views was ranked.
Hipsters made this list, right?
It's Rolling Stone. So I guess you could, these are legit respected journalists.
This isn't complex. All right. No. Okay. So if we're talking about respected.
Yes.
Okay, he's going to make the list just because of name alone.
Uh-huh.
As much as I'll be critical of Drake, I will never take the fact away that he will sell records off name alone.
Period. But we're talking music.
So musically,
they're basing this off music, not sales.
I would say between 31 and 40.
Up. 42.
That's yeah.
They ranked him at number, but it's just funny to me how he's ranked number 42 because
when Views was
the most hyped up. It was his most hyped project to date.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Every project he released, from If You're Reading This Is Too Late to What a Time to Be Alive, everyone's waiting. Where's Views? Where's Views? Where's Views? And you saw so many articles talk about how it was a classic. His fans kept thinking about it was going to be a classic, and then it dropped, and it was like, yeah. It was.
I'll never forget because Complex was the biggest publication that was guilty of that.
Mm-hmm.
The track list dropped.
Oh my God, I'll never forget.
And their article was, we haven't heard anything from the album yet, but judging by the track list, it's already a classic.
And they were doing that for clicks. You should know that. But
I don't care.
But I know where you're going at.
You should be responsible for everything you put out.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Immediately after the album came out, I'm not even talking about 24 hours later, the next article in regards to that album from Complex.
What was it?
Was Views is not a classic, and that's okay. It's the album that Toronto deserves.
I remember that article.
Like, what? Really?
Fuck out of here.
Y'all hyped this up for 4 months, and now this is your apology letter to us? Like, it's not the classic that we thought, but it's so Toronto that it's okay.
I remember one of them said at that point it was the best rap album of the year. Yeah, it was a fan, too.
Yeah, nobody listens to them.
But
stupid ass.
It's just funny.
I bet his damn username had OVO in it. It's probably OVO Josh or some stupid shit like that.
No, but he likes to chop it up. But fucking
chop it up with some sense, nigga.
Nah, I don't even do subliminals, but yeah, that was a subliminal for y'all asses. So, but it's just funny when I just can't wait to see all the other lists that come out because I just want to know where Views is ranked, and that's why
I'm interested to see where it is.
I'm just curious.
Where was Anti?
I didn't check Anti. I think it was probably in the 20s or something. Okay. But Kanye was number 9, which I was kind of shocked. I thought he was even a little higher.
No, but I think he was right on cue. Lemonade was
number 1. I was like, well, it's Beyonce. You can't deny it.
Shout out to Beyonce and Jay for figuring out how to market that album.
They finessed the shit out of you fans, bruh.
Like, shout out to them for figuring out how to market that album. Because the music was great in itself, but in this day and age, you need
movies.
You need that. You need to find a way to market in order to your core fan base. After a while, they're never going to leave you
ever.
So now you got to find the different demographic. So them not answering questions about the relationship, and then just giving the media just to go off of Solange hitting Jay in the elevator, them staying quiet, kind of showing up different places at different times and not together, just gave this whole persona that the media ran with and the fans ran with where, oh my God, this is the official declaration of divorce. Oh my God. Oh my God. He hurt her. You know what? My man left the damn stove on last night. I'm going to, ignore his ass for the rest of the weekend. He ain't going in because if Beyonce going through drama, I'm going through drama.
And I'm going to hate fried chicken because of it.
Yeah.
Shit.
And they bought that damn album up, not knowing
that their relationship is just okay.
They probably planning a second child right now.
Shit.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some grade A marketing. But you wouldn't expect anything less from two veterans.
Exactly.
At that point. I mean, Beyonce's what? She's 15. She's almost 2 decades in her career.
Jay's
well into
about to be
50.
Yeah, he's about to be like what, 52 this year?
So they know.
Not 52.
They know the rules of the game.
Yeah, true.
They honestly, Lemonade was a good album.
It really was.
The marketing pushed it over
the edge, and it stayed in the top 10.
It stayed.
Like I said, let's put it this way: Drake had the best, the highest selling album.
Yeah, he was marked. You know what? He was. Am I not mistaken? But he's the first rapper that was pretty much, picked up by Apple Music. Like they kind of marketed him like that.
Yeah, pretty much in a way.
So there was no reason for him to lose
at all.
Because if you factor in that the next month, notice Apple quickly abandoned them views commercials like 2 weeks after. When they realized that it was selling, but it wasn't getting the ratings, they dropped that and they jumped straight into Coloring Book.
Quickly.
Very quickly.
Very quick. And this was supposed to be, and Coloring Book is ranked number 3 over Drake.
Yeah.
A lot of these rap albums
it's easy to see why, man.
It really
is. This week we gonna find out just how superior Donald Glover actually is.
Oh yeah, I was about to leave. That's a good segue because he's about to drop.
Because he's dropping his album on Friday.
What's the album called again?
I forgot, but I'm ready for it. I don't care what it's called.
Yeah,
let me be complex and let me be a Drake stan. I don't care what it's called. Because I already saw the album cover and it's gonna be a classic.
And you still haven't even listened to that.
Yeah, I ain't heard nothing.
You haven't heard.
But I already saw the cover. And you know what? I already put 2 and 2 together when I saw that episode of Atlanta.
Awaken My Love.
I already put 2 and 2 together when I saw that episode of Atlanta. Hey, that album cover is just kind of sitting there on dude's desk for no reason.
Chilling.
Maybe that's the album cover. That's what a stan would say. I ain't need the publication to tell me that. I already knew it, and it's gonna be great.
Awaken My Love, bruh. That's gonna be.
But on a serious note, I'm waiting for that because I've already been saying for the past couple of years that if you actually, and I'm glad that we had that conversation. I thought I was the only one that was crazy when I said it.
What?
When you compare their careers,
Donald
Glover makes Drake. He makes better music.
He makes better music. What did I say? I said at the end of the day, musically, Donald Glover is a better actor / musician than Drake. Even though musically, not sales wise, musically he's better. He has, and if any of y'all got Apple Music, go on Apple Music and look for the Drake versus Childish Gambino playlist, and you will hear clear as day who has the better music.
He does.
Donald Glover is a musician. Someone say he's the artsy Drake. And pretty much if Drake took his music serious and tried to get writers and singers and shit like that.
If there's one piece of evidence you don't feel like going through albums, just go to when he did the cover for Tamia's So Into You.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just go to that. That's evidence enough.
Donald Glover,
he has a wide range. He is an entertainer.
Period.
He was born to provide art for the masses. Let's look at Gambino real quick because y'all talked about it for a little bit. I wasn't here.
We did.
No, I was here. We talked about Atlanta when I said.
Yeah,
actually, I was here. But let's revisit real quick. He went from writing for a major sitcom in 30 Rock and Community.
Then dropped that for his little rap.
Then said, hey, I'm going to just put my name in random through a Wu-Tang generator, and I'm going to see what name pops up. Childish Gambino came up, and he said, hey, I'm going to run with it.
Yep.
And decided he wanted to go the music route. A few people laughed.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say a lot of people because he wasn't going mainstream. So it wasn't like he had access to the masses where they even knew.
Mm-hmm.
But when Camp dropped, you had to look back and say, wow, I can't.
Some people didn't really like Camp like that, though. Well, like a lot of people didn't like it.
I
liked it.
I don't really care what a lot of people like.
I know, but I'm just saying critically.
I'm going off for what I believe. And what I believe most of the time is right. They kiss my ass. You had to respect what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
He progresses.
Then royalty comes.
Royalty drops, and at that point, now he's got some heavy hitters. I didn't
really like royalty.
But he's got heavy hitters on the project now.
He was still trying to discover himself pretty much with that record.
Now he's got some big time names on this project. Mm-hmm. So now you're noticing that the industry's starting to take note of him. Now we move forward into Because the Internet.
Oh yeah,
Because the Internet was a drop off to me. I'll definitely
You didn't like
that.
Because the Internet?
It was good, but it wasn't what I expected from 3005 and then World Star.
Mm-hmm.
I expected some stuff. He did have some good joints. Oakland with Lloyd. Really like that one.
Oh yeah, of course.
And a few others. It was good. But he dropped the EP and the tape, the double one.
Mm-hmm.
And then he left the hidden gem where he just played the instrumental, and you're kind of like, damn, this is a good-ass instrumental.
Yeah.
And you go to the website, and he's got the acapella, and then you realize that it's 3005 Part 2, and you put the acapella with the beat, and you're like, oh, man, that's some genius stuff to think about.
Yeah.
And then, he does his movie acting. I, for the life of me, will never see any of the damn Magic Mikes, but he was in Magic Mike.
Of all the movies you pick Magic Mike.
But that's the one he was in.
He was in a lot more movies than that.
But that's the one that the ladies that are listening to us are going to remember. I've never seen the damn movie, but I remember seeing him in the commercial.
I remember seeing him in
It was a random spot, but he made the spot.
He was on Girls for like a short minute. He was in hella random movies.
Well, that's the one that they going to remember.
Okay.
And then out of nowhere he goes, hey, I want to drop a TV show about being black and unapologetic about it.
And in the South.
And it quickly became the #1 show on cable.
And now he's about to be Lando Calrissian.
Now he's about to be Lando.
And
he see how he lost the damn Falcon.
And then he's about to drop his next album that has... Well, I don't want to spoil it for you because you haven't even listened to it yet. But no. I want to tell you how it sounds, like the first track and everything. I could tell you, but I don't want to spoil it for you because you want to wait for the whole album to come out. So just know it's going to, after this album comes out, after Donald drops this shit, then we can construct our list. Speaking of lists, we got to start doing our lists soon. Mm-hmm. I got to start constructing it.
I'm constructing mine. I'm bringing mine to the table with you and Yvanna. We gonna fight over it.
We gotta
agree on it.
We gotta get Yvanna to make it because she with her ADD ass and non-fried chicken ass.
We gonna agree on some things. We're gonna disagree on some things.
I already know. Like me and her already agreed. Life of Pablo is #1, bruh.
We gonna fight over some things, but we gonna do it together.
Oh, I know. We will. We both have the time. But what's your soundtrack of the week? It'll be a long ass episode.
What is my soundtrack for the week?
Well, when you get that, I got mine. And it's another old Kanye joint from his boy GLC. You remember GLC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was supposed to be on GLC's probably debut album or something, but he did a video for it and a song, and I absolutely love the song. And I just was listening to it before JC came to my house, but it's Kanye and GLC, Big Screen.
First came the breast and then the dookie came. Got on the hoochie gang and then the Gucci came. The Altima and then the Mustang. Looking in the mirror, hey, she must say. Diane Keaton, the gangster she was seeking. With 2 and 3 could keep a secret. Being exposed to the goals of a baller. So she drove a Rose with a Prada. Put trendy. Married to the mob like she was Miss Wendy.
Yeah,
She
Kanye
was
was
spending
so happy
grand
in
a
this video,
bin
too.
instead of spending. Her tone was eccentric. The Gold Coast was home for this mistress. Felt pain but shocked and guiltiness. Then a little Bill Wayne lived some for a princess.
But yeah, shout out to GLC. Ism.
Is
And get well soon, Kanye. We all miss you.
yeah.
Get well soon. Get your mind
Did y'all
right.
do the soundtrack last week? I forgot.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so let me play catch up. My song for last week.
We gonna do it last week.
But I'm gonna do mine shorter.
Okay.
Come on, man. Bruno Mars.
Well, of course.
24 Karat Magic. This was one of my favorites off the joint, though, which was That's What I Like.
That's what I like. I thought it was a finesse. Hey, hey.
I got a condo in my pocket. Baby girl, what's happening?
That's right.
You and your ass invited.
Yay.
So gonna get to clapping.
Oh.
Go pop it for me. Pop it for me. Turn around and drop it for me. Drop it for me.
This is wrong in sex music, man.
Wake up with no jammies.
Yeah.
Lobster tail for dinner.
Get 'em.
Julio served that skin.
That's right.
Got it if you want it. Got it if you want it. Said you got it if you want it. Take my wallet if you want it. Now jump in the Cadillac.
Girl, let's put some mileage on it.
Anything you want.
Just put a smile on it.
You deserve it, baby. You deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you. Cool jewelry shining.
Yeah, that song's hard.
Strawberry champagne all night. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Sex by the fire at night. She's and diamonds all white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like.
That's what I like. So there's that one, man. Look, man, that album again, man.
You see, when it comes down to the Weeknd and Bruno Mars, man,
Bruno got the edge.
by just
By
a
the
little
edge. He
bit.
got him by the edge. I mean, I want to say if we was doing like power rankings, I would say Bruno Mars is at a 2 and the Weeknd was at a 4 or 5. Like they that close.
That close.
Like, and then
And what's the
for
what's
this
your
week,
other track?
I was riding around listening to the R&B show on Shady 45 last Sunday. No, 2 Sundays ago. And they were doing this R&B mix, and this cat by the name of Ye Ali had this song sing to it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that was the first time I heard it, but it was just
that
how
boy raw.
Man,
That boy raw, bro.
like you talk about street thuggin' B. Like
that boy raw.
This man, y'all gotta listen to this, man. Look, this is incredible.
I heard that shit.
I was taken away by this. I was like, what is this? I pulled out Shazam real quick. Shazam pulled it. Luckily, man, I love the technology. I don't know how our parents did it back in the day.
You gotta wait till you hear it again.
Yeah, but this is, man, just listen.
Getting better every day. Doing things that make you stay. Keep the pussy out your fine. I'ma give you anything. Smoke a joint, play a shot day. Ride shotgun with my shorty. Baby, I'm a dog on a short leash. Bug, woof, woof, baby, I'm a beast. I'm a real nigga, nothing in between. Save you for myself, not for the team. I think I deserve you. I lost my receipt, can't return you. I want you now and forever. I'ma sing to that like a lullaby. I'ma sing to that like a lullaby. I'ma sing to that like a lullaby.
It's hypnotic, man.
It is.
Yes, that's like
That's your soundtrack for the
that.
week.
My
What's it
last
called?
2 weeks, man.
Sing to
Ye
it.
Ali, and then what blew me away too was the album was called Trap House Jodeci. That's exactly what it sounded like. I mean, the album in itself was pretty decent, a little average, you know what I'm saying? There's some other songs I like, but for the most part, it was cool. But the sound of it definitely sounded like some Trap House Jodeci.
Hey.
You know, like, hey, props to you, Ye Ali. You have made me a fan with just one song.
That's all.
It's very hard to do because I need to hear multitudes. But I heard that joint, instantly clicked with how he was hitting melodies. Obviously, the content, any man can, you know, that's ego.
Yep.
But, yeah, shout out Ye Ali. I was sing to it.
Damn, this is a long ass episode. So
and they deserve it.
If you guys listen to this, JC's been gone for 2 weeks, so he gave us 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Filled
with fried chicken.
Filled with fried chicken. A lot of fried chicken. I don't know about you, Yvanna, but we're gonna pray for you.
I'm done praying for her. She gonna get blocked if she don't show up next week
with some fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
What if she actually did bring us some fried chicken?
Oh, she'd be the GOAT. Put her in the Hall of Fame ASAP.
And no, she has to eat it too.
Yeah, she do.
Braces and all, you have to eat it.
You don't bring fried chicken
just
to the cookout and then just
watch us eat it.
Yeah.
The fuck?
The hell kind of person is you?
I don't know. Is she an alien?
Hey man, as far as I know, you do that. All lives matter. That's what you telling me.
You telling me, but we're going to end episode 21.
Damn, it's been that long.
Hell, nigga. We started in July. Look at us.
Damn.
I know. It's weird. I was telling Yvanna this shit yesterday. I appreciate both y'all for being here every other week.
Man.
Every week, man.
Always.
With my black ass, Edgar, too. You know.
I'm appreciative to be on the team, when you
Hell
first brought it up.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man.
I was all for it.
Oh, yeah.
All we were trying to figure out was scheduling.
And, we make it work.
Hey.
We all three of us make it work somehow.
Sometimes you get a duo. Sometimes you get a halfer with Busby alone.
Mm-hmm.
And other times you get all three of us.
All three of us.
I like to compare it to New Edition. You don't always get them all in one place, but when you do,
show's epic.
And even when they solo,
it's epic.
Hey, that's just the power of what we built as the illogical sense.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And on that note,
oh, hell yeah.
We're going to end it just for saying this right here. Fried chicken matters.
Fried chicken matters. Put it on a hashtag.
Hell yeah.